Okay, hey lovers, so I'm having a bit of a fringe fest, and this video is going to be all about the heart-shaped face and what sort of fringe will look good with that particular shape. So I've done a little bit of a diagram, simply because I was going to just explain it, but I didn't think it would really be very clear. So I thought if I did a little diagram, then you can kind of visualise what I'm trying to say. So ta-da! Here we are. So excuse, I know it just looks absolutely terrible, especially with all the special effects that some people come out with. But this is me with my diagram, and this is the heart-shaped face. Is that coming out backwards? I think it's because I've reversed the video around so that I can actually see what I'm doing. So anyway, yeah. So here's the heart-shaped face. Now what I've done is, excuse me resting it, I'm just trying to steady it, is a side fringe is the best way to balance out any sort of width around the face, because it slashes right across and then balances around the temples, which is usually where the widest area tends to be. It's always around the cheekbone area. Yes, it is. Hello. What shape face are you? I think you're of the triangular variety. Yes. Anyway, moving on. Do you mind getting down? Thank you. So you go straight across, and that softens out any face shape really. It's a really, really good way of doing it. I quite like it when it's soft as well. Choppiness is always really, really great. And then moving over to here, this is a really, really good variation on a full fringe, because full fringes always tend to make everybody kind of step back in terror, just because we all think about when we were 5 and our mum took the kitchen scissors to our hair and gave us that really blunt fringe that kind of went in around here, you know. So it's a really, really good way of having that fringe but making sure that it's a little bit softer. So as long as it kind of rounds around the corner, you know, the corner edges are kind of softened, then pretty much anyone can get away with it really. It's a really, really good variation. It's a good compromise, you know, so you're giving the illusion of a lot of fullness and a lot of, you know, kind of blunt edge here, but then if you kind of taper it round the sides, it just really softens that edge. So so they're a really, really good way of doing fringes on heart shapes. Probably best way to avoid a bit coming out of, you know, kind of, what word am I looking for? It's all about creating the balance really. So having too much length is a really, really, really bad thing, because when you have a heart shape, if you look, you've got that point. It's always a pointy chin. So it's obviously a point is going down towards the floor, so if you have length going alongside that, the eye is just literally drawn straight down. So you want something to break that up, break that line of vision up. So if you have some layering, as long as it's not too long, you can't have, you know, too waist length is just going to be ridiculous. You can have this pointy chin with this really long lines, just not a good idea. So if you kind of make sure that your length is no more than like 4 or 5 inches below your chin level, then you'll be absolutely fine. Really, really great example of this would be Reese Witherspoon. She's got a beautiful face, let's face it. See what I did there? Her face is a definite heart shape. You can see it goes rounded, and then we've got the nice point of the chin. So she is really, really good at having a good balance between having long layers and some length, and her fringes always vary between going off to the side and going straight down, and still staying quite soft around the edges, you know. So best thing to do, think going across the face, balancing out the temples, and making sure that if you do have a full fringe, make sure that there's some length on the side just to balance everything out, and don't go too long. So that's the heart shape. So if you have another face shape, then have a look at the rest of the videos. I'm doing every single one. So take a look at the series. You might have a friend that has a different shaped face, and you might say, oh, do you know what, this really, really helped me, so go and have a look at the other one. That's me doing a little bit of role play. It's terrible really, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and there's the link to my blog below as well. Okay, take care.